Most sites use landmark regions in some capacity. These are HTML elements that act as containers for sections of the page content. There could be a footer positioned at the bottom of the page, header at the top, main content for of course main content, and these all segment the page into a defined region for screen reader users to navigate to. Depending on the screen reader, it may list all landmark regions, iterate through them individually, or jump straight to that region. WebAIM's most recent screen reader survey identified landmark usage which had for several years been on the decline begin to climb, with the frequent usage up to 31% of the users surveyed. And it's this navigation option and the increase in users navigating with landmarks which shows we can begin to apply them more effectively for describing product tiles. Typically, product tiles on a lot of e-commerce sites contain a sectioning element with a heading, product image, along with some text. But these product tiles are often complex and crammed with pricing information, specials, bought before indicators, buy now, half price, all being conveyed visually. This isn't an equivalent experience for a screen reader user. A screen reader user who wants to find products with some sort of specials indicator would have to navigate through all product tiles individually to read that information. And this is either found further down in the product tile or in the image. Or, what's most likely, filter the page results. First, find the filter options, apply a filter, wait for the page to reload, and if they're lucky, keyboard focus remains where it was before the load. It all takes a screen reader user much more effort. The way the product tile container is built is problematic. They all follow the same format. It's generally comprised of a generic section element or div which provides no meaning, but the scaffolding is in place to enhance this and provide a way to navigate to product items quicker. If we think about it conceptually, it's the product tile container that needs to provide additional context for the entire contents. If a specials indicator is within the component, it's more effort to understand, since the user must first navigate the component to understand the text and find out it's a special product. I think we can do far better. Firstly, replace the generic section element with a more appropriate semantic landmark element. Choose the article element as its meaning more accurately describes the content, as the HTML specification describes an article element as representing a self-contained composition which could be reused elsewhere. And this is what product tiles are: reusable web content. They're not just found on product listing pages, they're found on other pages. The product tile component is reused a lot. The tweak is a good start, but whilst it's now semantically appropriate and in theory identifiable in a screen reader, it's anonymous. The product tiles are marked up as articles, which means we've introduced the landmark equivalent of click here. How does a user know what landmark leads to which product tile? What's important about the product tile? The landmark, of course, needs a label. Next, apply aria labeling to the article element. We could use the aria label as it's quick to add to the article element, but is a little bit messy. We're having to duplicate the existing text within the product tile, making sure this aria label text is the same as the text within the product tile, and when coding it all, it can get out of sync. Instead, use aria-labelledby and reference the product name and specials indicator by ID. The product tile now has a semantically appropriate element and a label to highlight those items which are specials. The article element is used because the content can be reused elsewhere on the site, and we've called out the type of special the product offers with aria-labelledby, referencing existing text, so no messy duplication efforts. This is good. This is now exposed by the accessibility tree. The element is an article and has been labelled with the product tile heading and the special indicator down, discount, and means a screen reader user navigating through landmarks can understand which products are on special solely from the landmark text. It provides another way to navigate product tile information without requiring a user to filter or manually navigate product tiles to find items on special. It's making it easier for the user. At this point, you might be thinking, let's provide every product tile with additional detail. Aria-labelledby everything, but avoid this. Named landmarks can add a significant amount of screen reader noise. If there are 20 products, each marked up with an article and label, then the positive outcome you've had from labelling key products with special indicators has now evaporated. Follow the principle less is more. Instead, reserve the technique for only those elements which have some special indicator attached to them. They might be specials, buy now or bought before. Reserve the technique for those product tiles which benefit from being highlighted. Now this all sounds like a worthy enhancement to make product tiles more descriptive semantically, but the elephant in the room is compatibility. How well is it supported by screen reader? And this is where it gets interesting. In their default configuration, NVDA doesn't announce the article element or list it. JAWS lists the articles and infers the label from the article contents, but does use the ARIA labeling if it exists. VoiceOver on iOS lists the article if a rota setting for articles is turned on, but ignores the ARIA labeling. And VoiceOver on macOS lists all articles and only provides the custom label for those articles which have it. Just because the screen reader's support is currently patchy, it doesn't mean don't use the technique. Building with semantic HTML means when technology supports it, it's used. It's about choice. It's making it easier for a user to find relevant product information faster using other navigation mechanisms, if that's their preferred way. ARIA labeling combined with semantically appropriate landmark regions are a powerful way to call out important information for selected product tiles. But consider this a technique as falling into the Goldilocks zone. Too little landmark usage is unhelpful, as is too much. Using ARIA labeling and articles appropriately means it becomes just right and can become an additional help to the user. Check out the full code at codepen.io/canaccess and follow the link to improving product tile navigation using landmarks and ARIA labeling. I'm Ross, I run Canaccess. If you're interested in working together, boosting your accessibility efforts, drop me a line at ross.mullen@canaccess.com.au.